feel really, really, really don't care. Don't care.
Neither do I, Sam. Neither do I. Day 16, we're starting off with the murder mystery task. Stella Star has been killed. She has been murdered, and it is up to Brandy and Paul to suss out which two suspects in the house, which two killers have murdered Stella Star. So, you know, all the housemates, they're all getting ready. They're all getting their clothes on and stuff for their characters. Each housemate has a different character. And Big Brother calls Sam up to the diary room. Sam is going to be a drag queen named Felicia Candy Love. And, you know, obviously he has to like get his drag makeup done and like his wig and all that stuff put on. So he goes into the diary room and Big Brother is like, Sam, you are going to be a drag queen. And he's like, what's a drag queen? Like, how do you not know what a drag queen is? Oh, you dumb fuck. So like I said a second ago, Brandy and Paul are the two detectives and they have to figure out, there's two killers in the house. And they have to figure out who the two killers are and who killed Stella Star. If they do not figure this out, I don't know what happens. If they do not figure out which two housemates are the killers, then everyone that the killers kill or nominate are going to be up for eviction this week. But if they do figure out who the two killers are, then the killers are going to be up. The two killers are going to be up. So then after they explain all the rules, they call everyone up to the diary room, each one by one, so that, you know, it's like fair and so it's not obvious who the killer is. And they tell Sarah when she gets called up there, and they tell Sam when he gets called up there that those two are going to be the killers. So, you know, just jumping straight in, the first two people they kill off are Paul and Brandy because they're the two detectives. So they kill them off. So Sarah goes up and she puts a lipstick X through Brandy's name and a lipstick X through Paul's name, you know, to indicate that those are the next two victims. So Brandy and Paul have been killed, even though they're the detectives and like they're still working on the case. They're not really dead, but you know what I mean? It's just like, how can you, I don't know, it was weird, so whatever. So then we see Sam and he's talking to Sean and he tells Sean that he and Sarah are the two killers. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's not fair. There should be some kind of penalty for telling the other housemates that you're the killer. And then now you just put all this like pressure on Sean to like keep your secret and to like keep up this lie. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fair that you just told Sean that you're the killer. So Paul and Brandy, since they have been killed off now, they go to Sandy and they're interrogating Sandy because they think it might be Sandy who the killer is. I don't really know exactly how this happened, but this led to a fight between Brandy and Sandy. I don't know, it was real weird. At first Sandy was like flirting with Brandy and like doing all that and like just being real flirty, and then I don't know, a second later they were fighting. I don't know, I think mostly Sandy is just mad at Brandy because Brandy, you know, destroyed the bathroom with Gemma and trashed the bathroom, and I think that's why Sandy is salty. I can't think of any other reason why they have a problem with each other other than that. So Brandy, being the expert shit stirrer that she is, she goes and tells Gemma that Paul said that Sandy doesn't like them. Brandy tells Gemma that Paul said that Sandy doesn't like them. So what does Gemma do? She goes out and she confronts, because she loves confrontation. She goes out and she confronts Sandy and Paul, but like mostly Paul. They start having a go. She's like, you're acting like your son's age, and he gets mad and he's like, if you ever talk about my son again, she's like, well, what are you gonna do? If I ever talk about your son again, what are you gonna do? You're acting like your son's age. And he gets all mad and he's like, why don't you just like go and get pissed? You're a fucking pisshead, which I guess is British for like, you're an alcoholic, you're a drunk. Why don't you go and drink? You're a pisshead. And she says, I will. At least I can handle it. And I was like, oh shit, low blows left and right. Paul gets like, he gets sad. He gets really sad at this. And he's like, what have I ever done to you? What have I ever done to you? And the whole time I was just thinking like, Brandy is an expert fucking shit stirrer. No one ever goes back to Brandy and is like, Brandy, you're stirring shit up. She gets away with it every time. She's so fucking good at it. So, you know, Paul gets called into the diary room to calm down. He's yelling. He's like cussing Gemma out and stuff. Whatever. It's like another day in the life. It's another fight between Paul and Gemma. It's an everyday fucking thing. Seriously. So then a little bit later we see Sam and he's talking to Sandy and he tells Sandy that he and Sarah are the killers. And I'm like, Sam, stop fucking telling everyone you're the killer. That is not fair that you're just telling all these people you're the killer. There should have been some kind of penalty for that. Because now, you know, you're putting pressure on everyone else to keep up your lie and to keep up your secret. It's not fucking fair. So Paul and Brandy, the next part of the task, Paul and Brandy are in Stella Starr's office. And they're trying to figure out who the killer are. They're like looking for clues. And Big Brother is trying to, you know, give them clues. Big Brother has left clues all in the office. And they have to guess, you know, who said each of these quotes that Big Brother is leaving behind on little pieces of paper. And it's weird because it's like these clues aren't really related to they're not really related to the killing of what's her name, Stella Starr. They're not really related to that. They're just kind of like general quotes about shit talking that the housemates have said, but they're not really. I don't see how this is going to help them like solve the case of who killed Stella Starr. And all the other housemates are like watching back in the living area. Helen looks dead. Someone needs to check on Helen because I think she might have died too. So while Brandy was in the office with Paul, while they were going through and looking for evidence and stuff, Brandy had made this comment, something about Chad was trying to have a go at me. And I think they thought that she meant that Chad was trying to flirt with her. But what Brandy really meant was like Chad was trying to have an argument with me the night before. So Brandy's trying to tell Sarah this. And Sarah's like, I don't know. Sarah's just being weird. She's like, we all say a lot of things. This isn't real. That's why I'm waiting to see what happens on the outside. Talking about Chad. Bitch, it's real as fuck. What are you fake making out with Chad? Are you pretend making out with Chad? Is that like, is that a cartoon version? Is that your clone? What do you mean it's a fake? No, it's not fake. It's fucking real. You are literally really making out with Chad. You're really in a showmance with Chad. You are really cheating on your boyfriend with Chad. This is not, it is real. It's not fake. It's real. It's real. That's why I'm waiting to see what'd you say? That's why I'm waiting to see what happens on the outside. Bitch, you ain't waiting for shit. You have made up your mind. You are not waiting to get on the outside to see what happens. If you were waiting to get on the outside, you would not be fucking finger banging and fucking jerking Chad off under the blankets. But we'll get into that later. My whole thing is like, if you're gonna cheat on your boyfriend or cheat on your girlfriend or whatever, okay, do it. Like, fine, do it. Fine. I don't know your partner. I don't know your boyfriend. I don't know your girlfriend. So I can't sit there and be like sad for them and be like, oh, I feel so bad for her boyfriend because I don't know who the fuck he is. But own your shit. Own the fact that you're cheating on your boyfriend. It's not you being in a fake situation or an unreal situation or like it's real. Stop. I hate the argument. It's not real. It's not real. Bitch, it's fucking real. You are really making out with Chad. You are really cheating on your boyfriend. It is fucking real. It's real as fuck. So then Brandy goes and she talks to Chad, basically saying the same things that she was just saying to Sarah, how, you know, what I said in the room, I meant that you were trying to have a go at me, as in you were trying to fight me, not as in you were trying to like flirt with me. And he's like, okay, I get that, but like, you are an asshole. You're like really being an asshole. Duh. Brandy is a fucking asshole. We all know this. Everyone knows this. Chad, you know this. You're from America. You've seen The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You know Brandy is a fucking asshole. You've been on her podcast. You know Brandy is a fucking asshole. Stop acting brand new. And then he says that, and then he goes to Brandy, you know, you're trying to relate what Sarah is doing, cheating on her boyfriend, to your husband of 5 years cheating on you. He says there's a difference. That's not the same as Sarah having a 1-month relationship. I don't give a fuck if it was a 1 day. I don't care if they have only been dating for 1 day, Sarah and her boyfriend, before she went into that house. She was in a committed relationship with him. And she went in that house not single. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she went in there in a relationship. So she can't, it doesn't matter if it was only for a month. Or I hate this argument. Everyone on Twitter is talking about, oh, it's only 4 weeks that she's been with her ex-boyfriend. Or her boyfriend or whatever. I don't know what their status is, but you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't matter. Even if it had been 5 minutes and you got together with him 5 minutes before going in the house, if you were in a committed relationship with someone, you're in a fucking committed relationship with someone. Also, I didn't get the memo that it was okay to cheat on your partner as long as it's been a month or under. Oh, that's okay. You can cheat as long as it's been 30 days or under. I didn't, what kind of fucking rule? When did that happen? That was just okay all of a sudden. It doesn't matter. Like, you are in a committed relationship. It doesn't matter if it's been a month, a day, 500 fucking years. Like, it doesn't matter. A committed relationship is a committed relationship. She was in that house talking about how, well, according to Brandy, Sarah was saying that how she's going to have his babies and how she's ready to marry this guy and all this stuff. But it's like, I don't fucking know. And Chad's dumb. Like, you don't think Sarah's going to do the same fucking exact thing to you that she's doing to her boyfriend of a month. And also, it's not like Sarah met this guy one day out of the blue and then they started dating. And then a month later, she went into Big Brother. The guy that she's dating, she's probably known forever. She's probably known this guy for years. And then she got in a relationship and it's only been a month. Don't act, I hate, she's making it seem like she just met this guy. They met one day and then they fucking got in a relationship the same day they met and they've been dating for a month since then. No, you probably have known this guy for a long time. And then you started dating him. So, like, whatever relationship y'all had before, if you guys were friends, that shit's over, probably. Then he says something, Chad says something about, if you eat 18 pickles, that's better than eating 1 pickle. I don't know what the fuck he's talking. I literally was trying to figure it out. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I hate pickles. So the next part of the task of the murder mystery thing is that Sam and Sarah have to put a horse head in the bed of the next 2 people that they want to evict. So they go to Derek's bed. I think it was Sam who put the head in Helen's bed. No, it was Sam who put the head in Derek's bed, and then Sarah who put the head in Helen's bed. So Derek and Helen are now up for eviction this week. Day 17, we start the day off out in the garden. Helen is talking to Sandy. Helen is suspicious of Sandy. She thinks that Sandy is the killer. Everyone seems to think that Sandy is the killer. She does seem kind of suspicious though, you know what I mean? Like, and it's probably because she has to carry this secret. She knows who the killers are. She knows it's Sam and Sarah. So, you know, she has to like keep up this lie and keep up this secret. So it probably makes her seem a little suspicious. I wish they wouldn't have told us who the killers were. You know what I'm saying? But then I don't know how that would have worked. But Gemma and Paul, they make up for the 500,962,000th fucking time. So Brandy and Paul, they're in the lab. They're in the autopsy lab, the forensic lab. And they're trying to figure out who killed Derek, who killed Helen. This part kind of confused me. I don't know. Like, Big Brother is telling them that Big Brother, I think, is reading out quotes. I think, are they reading out quotes? Or, yeah, Big Brother is like reading out quotes that the housemates have said about Helen and about Derek. And they're trying to figure out who said it, and that these people who said it could be the possible killers or something. It was kind of confusing, kind of a stretch, but then there was something with like DNA. I don't fucking know. So they finished that part up. We get back to the house. So while Brandy and Paul were in the forensic lab trying to figure stuff out, one of the quotes was something about like, oh, I would love to read this person's book or something like that. And Brandy made a comment, oh, well, it's not Chad who said that because Chad is dumb as fuck and he can't read or something. She said something like that. So then later, Chad confronts Brandy about this out in the smoking section, and Chad's like, don't ever call me stupid. I've started hundreds of businesses. They've all failed. I read, so don't you dare insinuate that I'm stupid. I'm tired of that. And I'm like, if you've had hundreds of businesses and they've all failed, well, Chad, you're probably fucking stupid. So this is like the last part of the murder mystery task. It's time for Brandy and Paul to decide like definitely who the 2 killers were. And again, if they do not get it right, they will be up for eviction along with Helen and Derek. So they guess Sarah, which is correct. They think one of the killers is Sarah. And they think the other killer is Sandy, which is incorrect. Sandy is not the killer. But Sandy is sitting there playing it up. She's like, okay, come on. Just put the handcuffs on me. Come on, get it over with. Just playing it all up, just acting the whole time. Meanwhile, it was Sam. They find out that it was Sam who the other killer was. And Paul is like gutted. Paul is like saddened that his boy Sam put him up for eviction. So yeah, now since they didn't find out who the 2 correct killers were, Brandy and Paul and Helen and Derek are all going to face this week's eviction. So we get to an interesting part. Not really interesting, but you know what I mean. We get to this part where it's later on at night. It's like 10:30 at night.
10:31 p.m. Sarah is trying to heat up a cottage pie.
We'll just heat it up to like 400 and
I've got sand. How the hell have I got sand in my
Sarah,
mouth?
just heat it up to like 400
And zap
then
it.
it'll be fine.
I made notes of the time. You better believe it. Sarah is in the kitchen. She's hungry. She's about to cook some cottage pie. Don't know what the fuck that is, but she's about to make some cottage pie. So, you know, she's like making it or whatever. And Chad's like, yeah, just like put it in the oven, turn it up to 400, just like let it bake, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they do that. They show some more scenes. I think Sam and Amelia are having a showmance thing. Then about an hour later, Amelia is outside in the smoking section talking to someone. And she's like, so Sarah is like burning something in the kitchen.
11:37 p.m. Amelia is annoyed.
So, being in the kitchen,
Yeah, what's
smells
going on?
of fire.
What?
Sarah put the cottage pie in the oven. I've opened it up, it's cremated. I've took it out and it now stinks in the kitchen.
Why?
So then Chad comes outside and he's like trying to like accuse Paul, I guess, or he's trying to see who is burning down the kitchen. So Chad comes outside and he's like, did somebody put something in the oven? And I'm like, you don't fucking remember an hour before? You don't remember what happened an hour ago? You literally don't remember that you were in the kitchen with Sarah trying to fucking tell her to cook some cottage pie at 400 fucking degrees. He's like, did someone put something in the oven or something? And Paul's like, it was your drunk ass fucking girlfriend, Sarah, bitch. Her drunk ass did that. And Chad's all like, come on, man, chill out, Paul. Don't say that. He goes into the bedroom. He goes into the blue bedroom and he's like, Sarah, like, did you put something in the oven? Again, Chad, did you fucking forget? It's only been an hour. Fuck, you don't remember that you were just in the kitchen and you literally watched Sarah put something in the fucking oven? You don't remember that? It was an hour ago. Like, what the fuck? So she like runs out there and she like takes the food out and Amelia's like, oh, I already took it out for you. Sarah almost burnt down the fucking Big Brother house. Paul Danan would have went and had to press the fire button again. And then Sarah is trying to make this argument. She's like, oh my God, it was only in there for like 10 minutes. It was only in there for 10 minutes. Bitch, it's been an hour. Marcus Bentley put the timestamps. I've clocked the shit. It's been an hour. I literally clocked it. It's been an hour. It has not been no 10 fucking minutes, bitch. So then Chad goes back outside and Paul is still talking shit about Sarah, talking about how she's drunk as fuck, which I don't know. Maybe she was. I don't know if she was. I don't know. I don't know, but it was definitely longer than 10 minutes that she had that cottage pie in the oven. It was like an hour, talking about 10 minutes. So Paul is saying, talking about how Sarah's drunk and all this stuff. He literally didn't call her a bad name, nothing. He just said, she's drunk or something like that. And then Chad is like, well, if you said something like that on the outside, I would have to legally and morally do bad things. For saying that your girlfriend is drunk? First of all, what bad things are you gonna fucking do? Second of all, is that a fucking threat? And third of all, stop fucking defending Sarah all the fucking time. She is not your girlfriend. She is not your girlfriend. She is not your fucking girlfriend. Why? Stop fucking defending her like she's your fucking girlfriend, like she's your ride or die. I liked Chad in the beginning. I really liked Chad in the beginning. Everyone else was slagging him off, talking about how he's a douchebag and this, and nobody could fucking stand him. Everyone was just going in on Chad on the beginning on Twitter. I was like, I like Chad. I think he's likable. But now that he's like so far up Sarah's asshole, and that thing that happens when people get in a relationship and it's like they can't think for themselves anymore. That shit is happening with him, and I'm just like, I don't like that. So then we cut to the live eviction, which took place on Friday. It was a vote to save. The fewest votes to save was Brandy, so she gets evicted. I was like, I was surprised. I was shocked. Derek survived. Derek, I kind of get Helen because I think Helen is like a big deal in the UK. She comes across like she's like this like really not a huge celebrity, but like the way she carries herself is like she's like famous. You know what I'm saying? So I guess she has a huge following. I can't say the same thing about Derek, but I guess he has that following too because he got saved as well. Brandy did not get saved. Their interview was good. Her interview with Emma was good. I didn't like watch the whole thing and I didn't take notes, but like it was good. I remember Emma asked her something about the conflict with Sandy, the Sandy Brandy conflict. And Brandy's like, I don't know why we couldn't get along. I think it was just because we were both the mothers of the house and that we both wanted to be in the kitchen and cook all the time. And I'm like, bitch, it was because you fucking fucked up the bathroom. That's the only reason why Sandy did not like you, was because you fucked up the bathroom, you and Gemma. So then we cut back to the house. Emma gets back on the speakers and she's like, surprise, bitches. It's a double eviction. Someone else is going home. Who will it be? Paul, you have been evicted. Please leave the celebrity Big Brother house. That's right. Paul got evicted again. A surprise, like totally shocked. Over Helen, over... Who was the other person? Paul over Helen, Paul over Derek. I mean, I didn't like Paul at all. I was kind of over Paul when he was fucking going in on Karthik, being racist as fuck without even knowing he was being racist. I was over him then. His exit interview, Emma, again, you could tell she admires Paul. She like really likes him as a person or whatever. You know, you can just tell with Emma, she's very like obvious. Day 18, Helen and Derek are talking about the housemates and comparing them to like it being like a farmer's market. I can't really follow what Helen says a lot of the times because she speaks in metaphors a lot and I don't know what she's really trying to say, you know. So then we see Gemma in the bathroom and she's talking to the girls about how when she was a kid, they like sent her to this like bad girls boarding school or some shit in America and how that traumatized her for life or something. So then we get to today's task and the housemates are going to be put in two, like split down the middle, two groups, two rap groups. They're going to be having a rap battle. Each person had a specific person that they were targeting in the rap battle. You know what I'm saying? They were in two groups. The first rap group was called Savage 6, not to be confused with 21 Savage.
21 Savage, the cat with the mat. 21 Savage, not boys in the hood, but I pull up on you, shoot your ass in the back.
In that group, I thought Gemma did the best rapping. Like, I forgot what she was saying, but she had like, what did she say? I can't remember what she said, but I remember watching it that she had like the best. Her rhymes were the best, in my opinion. The second group was Nuff Luff. Sarah was in that group. I thought Sarah started off good. She had like a good flow. She was like H to the E to the L to the E, and someone told me that you was going to be a comedian or some shit like that. And I was like, oh shit. Sarah had some bars, but then again, she's like a music, you know, she writes songs and stuff for a living. So yeah, I thought Nuff Luff as a total group, I thought they did better than Savage 6. The best part is just watching Derek just fuck up over all his words. He's a, you know what I mean? He doesn't have any rhythm, you know what I'm saying? So he's just sitting there messing up all the words. So then a little bit later, you know, Chad and Sarah are in the smoking area and Sarah is asking Chad about the future. She's like, so how is this relationship gonna work if you're in LA and I'm in London? And I'm like, Sarah, girl, do you really think y'all are gonna be together outside of this house? Sarah, come on, girl. Like, Chad's gonna go back to LA. You're gonna go back to your boyfriend and you're gonna have to explain everything to your boyfriend. You're probably gonna beg for him back. You know what I mean? You know how it goes. Like, come on, girl. You are not gonna fucking be with Chad. Like, come on, Sarah. He's like, no, I think we can make it work. I think we can make it work. She's like, you're not just playing a game. You're not just playing a game. He's like, no, I promise on my life. I'm not. I'm like, oh my God, give me a break. It's literally 18 days. You guys have known each other for 18 days. What? This shit is crazy. So they like make it official right then and there. They're officially boyfriend and girlfriend now. Like, it's official. Gemma's sitting there and she's like, so you have two boyfriends now? She's like, nope. I've been dumped. My boyfriend on the outside has dumped me. And I'm like, how do you fucking know? Did you call him on the phone? Like, how? Sad and Sarah start talking to Derek and it somehow gets to the point where basically Sarah asks Derek to walk them down the aisle. And I'm like, what? It's not even been 3 weeks and you guys are fucking, what? Oh my God. And Chad is just going, you know, usually a guy is like, okay, like, slow down, bitch. But Chad is just sitting there going along with, I mean, he was on The Bachelorette. That's what they do on that show. They fucking propose to each other at the end of that show. So, I mean, he's poised and primed and ready to go, I guess. Like, built-in husband material. I don't fucking know. But it's just, it's weird to watch and it's cringy. Everything with Sarah is so cringy to watch for me. So then it's even later that night, you know, they've been drinking and drinking and drinking. Sarah comes out of the kitchen and she starts drunkenly singing Hero by Mariah Carey, off key, off tune. I'm like, girl, you're supposed to be a singer, like supposed to be a singer opening for Coldplay and Jay-Z, and this is how you fucking sound, girl. It's just bad. It's real bad. Chad is like, oh, like so, you know, after all that happens, Chad is in the kitchen. He's got the munchies. They've been drinking all night. He's got the munchies. He's trying to get that lean protein in there, get some meat for him. He needs some protein. So he's like about to like cook all this meat or whatever. And then everyone's like, Chad, what the fuck are you doing? Sandy starts fucking yelling at him like, you better not eat that meat. I'm cooking that meat. You better not be in there cooking that motherfucking meat. Like, Sandy's like the cook of the house. Chad just wants to eat all the meat. Chad and Sarah get into a fight because Sarah starts like being on Sandy's side about the whole thing, about the whole don't eat all the meat thing. So they get in a fight for the rest of the night, whatever. So day 19, following the night before, following the fight between Chad and Sarah, they make up. They make up the next morning because, you know, they're sober and they're like, oh fuck, I was probably so dumb last night. So they make up. Chad goes in the diary room and he starts talking about Sandy and talking about how she makes huge portion meals with lots of butter and potatoes in it. And he's like, I'm getting bitched at because I want to be healthy. I'm trying to make healthy meals. And I'm like, Chad, you have a fucking week left. You've been eating her food for the past 2 weeks. I'm assuming you've been eating her meals for the past 2 weeks. You have 1 more week left if you don't get evicted, which you're not. Just fucking, you know what I mean? You're not going to get fat in the course of a week. You're still going to have your 12-pack abs. Relax. It's only 1 more fucking week. Calm down. So then Sarah tries to bring Chad a banana and he's like, I don't want that. That's like nothing but sugar. That's just sugar. You might as well just bring me a bowl of ice cream. And I'm like, bitch, a banana is fucking potassium. Like, you can go fucking starve then if you don't want to eat this banana. Like, go fucking starve then. So then we get to the vault. Now, the vault, this shit looked cool. It looked like a for real bank vault, like out of Batman and Robin or some shit. Each of the housemates are going to have to go into the vault and they will have to make difficult decisions. The first decision they will have to make is nominations, and the first housemate to do their nominations is Amelia. So everyone leaves the room, everyone leaves the vault, and it's just Amelia in there, and she has to give her nominations. She nominates Chad because of the food stuff, and Sarah because Sarah shouted at her earlier in the week when she was trying to like comfort her or whatever. The next person to go is Derek, and he nominates Gemma because she has a potty mouth, and Sarah because he didn't say it, but he nominates Sarah basically because she drinks too much and she changes when she drinks or something like that. But that's not what he said. He's trying to be polite or whatever about it. Then Chad nominates Sandy because of the food situation and how she was having a go at him, telling him to stop eating all the fucking food all the time. And Chad also nominates Gemma because Gemma doesn't get along with Sarah, basically. So Helen nominates Sam because, you know, Sam, nominated Helen and almost got her evicted when he put the horse in Helen's bed. Or was that Sarah? Or whatever. Helen nominates both of them, Sam and Sarah. I'm assuming because of, you know, they nominated her a few days ago. Helen says about Sarah, in the daytime we can talk, it's all fine. But in the evening, she changes her personality, causing me discomfort because I cannot predict her behavior. And I'm like, that is the same exact fucking thing that in my last video, I made there's this whole part. That's the same thing that Sean was saying in the last video that I made, where Sean was like,
listen, you sometimes, I can't be specific because we're not allowed to talk about other things, but you often find in certain circumstances it's the same people, often early, who might get a bit of a kicking every time.
Yeah. Basically alluding to the fact that Sarah has a drinking problem, that Sarah drinks too much or whatever. But they just won't flat out fucking say it. Derek just said it in his nominations, and now Helen is saying it. And then Sean said it a few days before when he was talking to Jordan and Sam. So I'm like, either Big Brother has told them to not say the words Sarah drinking problem or something. I think Big Brother has told them to not say those words, or they're just all being polite and not saying drinking problem. Sarah has a drinking problem, just in order to be polite. Sam nominates Sarah because Sam says that Sarah is a liar. All she does is lie. He also nominates Chad because basically he's always up Sarah's ass. Sam says that he's one of those guys that needs to smell his woman, otherwise she's too far away from him. So Sarah goes next. She nominates Helen. She says that Helen doesn't really cook or clean, or they just haven't really clicked in the house. Sarah also nominates Gemma. She said that Gemma is playing a game and she's very... She didn't say confrontational, but it was like another word for confrontational. Then Sarah says, I'm sorry, Jim. I hope we can be friends after this. Sarah, you do not want to be fucking Gemma's friend after this. You fucking hate Sarah. Sarah hates... I mean, you fucking hate Gemma. Gemma fucking hates you. Like, come on. So Gemma goes next. She nominates Sarah. She says that Sarah's not a stable person. She also nominates Chad, and her reasons are for nominating Chad is that he sticks up for Sarah, he's selfish, blah, blah, blah. Sean goes next. He nominates Sarah too. Basically, Sean is like jealous of the relationship that Sarah and Chad have, how they kind of have one another in the house to like lean on or whatever. And he's like, I wish I had that. I wish I had my wife in here. It would be so much easier if my wife was in here. And he also nominates Chad because, you know, the same thing. The same reason that he just nominated Sarah, basically. You have a partner in here. Sandy goes next. She nominates Chad. She says that he eats too much food. And she nominates Sarah because she moans about everything. So later, they have all the housemates gather in the living room and they do the reveal. They do the nominations reveal. They say that Helen only got 1 nomination. Sam got 1 nomination. Sandy also got 1 nomination. Gemma received 3 nominations. Chad received 5 nominations, and Sarah received 7 nominations. Everyone in the house except for Chad nominated Sarah. So Big Brother then says that everyone who at least received 1 nomination, so that means Sam, Helen, and Sandy, even if you got one nomination, guess what? You're up. You're up this week for eviction. Helen, Sam, Sandy, Gemma, Chad, and Sarah are all going to be up this week. I like that though. I like how they did it. Like, even if you got 1 nomination, guess what, bitch? I like that. Sean, Derek, and Amelia are safe because they received 0 nominations. So after all that, you know, Gemma starts putting it together that, hold up, Sarah received 7 nominations. There's only 9 of us in here. That she didn't vote for herself. So that means only 1 other person didn't vote for her, which is, she figures out, oh, it must have been Chad. Then a little bit later, Sarah, she realizes the same thing. Hold up, I got 7 nominations. There's only 9 of us in here. I didn't vote for myself, and I know you didn't vote for me, Chad. So she figures out that everyone voted for her except Chad. Then Chad asks Sarah if they can Netflix and chill later on. And she's like, haha, whatever. 5 minutes later, Chad and Sarah are Netflix and chilling in the bedroom. I don't know if there was like penetration going on, but there was definitely some hand job action. So yeah, there we go. That's basically been these past 4 days. Shocked about Brandy. I was gutted about Brandy. But to be honest, she really wasn't adding too much to the house. If I'm being completely honest, she wasn't adding too much. And Paul, I was happy to see go. Although he had been kind of chill these past few days, he had been all right. I wasn't sad to see him go. Gemma, Chad, Sam, Sarah, and Helen are all up. I don't know who's gonna go on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. I have no idea. I don't really fucking care, to be completely honest. I'm not rooting for anyone. Like I've made it clear, my winner was Trisha. I know she slagged off the country. I know she fucking slagged off the country, but she was my winner, and I still think if she was in there, I don't know. Maybe I would still... I don't know. Who do I think is going to go tomorrow? I have no fucking idea. Maybe Sarah might go, just from like the boos from the evictions that she gets, and also from like Twitter reactions. I would say Sarah and maybe Gemma or Sandy. I mean, any of them really could go. I have no idea. I don't know. Sam, I know one thing. Sam thinks he's gonna fucking win this whole show. Sam is so fucking confident. He thinks he is going to win this whole thing. He might. Like I said, I don't really have a preference on who wins. I really don't. But Sam sure is fucking cocky, isn't he? So yeah, I mean, that's been it these past few days. So that's been it these past few days. So that's basically been it. So that's basically been it these past few days. As always, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye.